Oh, hello and welcome to the Drawing with Dannphan stream. Welcome back everybody, to at least everybody who joins in. Enough, I almost was late to this because off stream. Lost track of time. And now it is time to do something different, to draw while streaming it. Yes, really switching up my day, huh? So I'm not really set up yet, and it's gonna take me a little bit, but hopefully everybody's doing a-okay on this lovely Tuesday. Ah yes, Vaughn's in the chat. Anime Fest in 2 weeks. See you there. Yeah, sounds like fun. Man, 2 weeks. Fuck. This month just flew by. I completely lost track of time. But yeah, there's Anime Fest and then there's Garden State Comic Fest coming up. I gotta prepare a few things so that I can have everything ready by that time. But it should be fun. Anybody else going to that convention, you can stop by and say hello. I think I'll be in the main room this time, so that's cool. I think last time they had me in like a barn or something that was a little bit out of the way. Looking at it looks like they have like 3 different buildings where they're having everybody, having the vendors anyway. So I don't know if that's, I don't know how confusing that is for people when there's a ton of buildings reserved for different things or different types of vendors, and then you also have the panels. And are they doing the car show again? Every now and then they have like Itachi cars just hanging out outside with anime girls painted on them. Blech. Alright. Just gonna see if I can... Oh, there's the page. There's the page. We got the page. Okay, cool. I guess we'll just pick up from the last page that we were drawing. And, you know, hopefully StreamYard will behave this time. No promises, guys. This might just turn into a voice chat stream, or a frozen stream. Who knows? StreamYard's been a little bit weird lately. Little bit weird. All kinds of different problems. That's the issue. If it was like one problem, then I could figure out what was causing that problem and fix it. But it's just like multiple random problems. So, it's a little bit of a wild goose chase trying to fix things. What are you gonna do? Alright. Let me just get some water. I'll pull up the page and I can tell you what I've been doing lately. There's not gonna be a video this week. I know. Oh, a week Dannphan video, it's torture. But I should be able to do... Well, I'm doing this stream, so that's fun. And I should be able to do the Friday stream as well. So, you got streams, despite the no video. I think, I was thinking like the next video is gonna be the Blue Beetle read-through. But now I'm thinking maybe I should do the next batch of thrift store anime reviews. I just watched 2 new like anime DVDs, so I figure if I just watch one more I can have enough for an anime DVD review video, or a follow-up from the first thrift store review video. So maybe that would be more fun than torturing myself with bad comics. Just a thought. I don't know how chat feels about that. If you have any preference either way as to what you would want to see. I didn't have this issue the first time when I did the thrift store anime DVDs, but like some just way back in the day when anime was being released on DVD, of not that many episodes being on one DVD. And I think part of it is, you know, maybe the DVD length was just not appropriate for how long the anime was. But more than that, it's probably just greed, that they wanted you to just buy more DVDs. Because, like, one of the DVDs that I got, it's 3 episodes. Just 3. And the entire series is only 6 episodes long. It's like, really? You couldn't just put all the episodes on one DVD? It's not that long. I look at the back and it's like, oh, 90 minutes runtime. It's like, what? Where'd all the other minutes come from? It's not from episodes, I can tell you that much. There's only like 60 minutes of episodes on here. All the rest is dedicated to special features. So glad I bought the DVD. Oh, man. Alright, so this is just the background. I didn't do anything else to this panel besides the floor. I figured maybe it'd be more fun to, like, do the rest on stream. Although, really, all that kind of needs to be done is rendering. Which is the most relaxing part, I suppose. Even though I'm not that good at rendering. It is the most chill part of, cause you know, line work, that's just a whole lot of stress, you know? Ew, line work, stressy-wessy. But rendering, it's kinda just this relaxing thing that I can do. Man, his hairline is super off, isn't it? That's alright. Maybe he's just having a bad hair day. Originally, the idea was I wanted to try to make it seem like he had a receding line or something, but kinda just looks like, oh, one of these things. Oh, you can't see the message. That's funny. So, like, I have Carbonite now because of, ooh, my laptop is chugging. Because of what happened to my hard drive last time. I have Carbonite now, but it doesn't behave very well when it comes to saving things. So sometimes when I try to save on Clip Studio, a message will come up and it's like, oh, well, the file is open, so we can't save it or something. But really, that just means that it's like open in Carbonite because it's trying to back up the file. It's also probably why my laptop is chugging, because it's using up a lot of energy to back up my files. It's the unfortunate price you have to pay, but yeah, I don't want another situation with what happened to all of my comic work last time. That was really stressful. I think all in all I handled it well anyways, but you know, best to be safe. I fixed his hand a little bit. It's still not really. I think I had tones for his pants and suspenders. Can't imagine it was super dark tone. No, that doesn't look right. Forget about that. Okay. Let's say 25. It's not so much that I would recommend doing gray tones this way. I'm just a little bit weird. The reason why I do it like this is because if I change my mind about, like, how dark it should be, I can just easily, like, move the slider and change how dark or light it is. But, you know, it's not like it's my way or the highway or anything. It's whatever. I think most people, what they do is they do it in gray tones first and then convert it. That's probably the smarter way to do it. And get these muddy lines out of here. I gotta fix my short keys so that I don't have to click every time I want to change something. The reason why I still have to do these clickies is because occasionally this tablet will just stop working and I have to reinstall the drivers. And then when I reinstall the drivers, tragically, all of my shortcuts undo. So, kind of feels pointless at that point to ever have your shortcuts on the buttons. The two that I use is just like the save button and the undo button, which I guess is fine, as those are ones that you're going to use the most anyways. But still, why did I put the line there? That's not right. Let's see, I think this is supposed to be a different day, so he's wearing something different from the last. Oh, that's shaky. There we go. Woo, boy, my laptop is chugging. Keep on chugging, laptop. Cry. Alright, I don't think I gave him cuffs on this, but, you know. I'm not very good at rendering, but I like the vibes of rendering, if that makes sense. I find it like kinda relaxing, even though I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, which becomes apparent when an artist looks at my stuff and is like, oh, I see you put all the shadows in the wrong spots. And, yes I did. I'm so glad. I'll try to do better in the future, of course. I'm not actually proud of it. I'm just joking. Hell yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't think Elvin really needs that much rendering. It looks kinda okay. Guess I could put a shadow underneath, like here if I wanted to. But I don't have to. This kind of also looks fine. Maybe it's something a little bit more subtle. I'm kind of so-so on it, but I can always just delete it afterwards, so whatever, it's fine. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do my ad read, for lack of a better term, at the beginning of this particular drawing stream. But Reaper campaign is still live. It is not closed. Don't worry, you didn't miss your chance to back it. I know you really want to back it, so you can back it on either Kickstarter or you can back it on Fund My Comic. Both options available. Nice. Looks a little bit less dark now. Alright. I don't do very good with line weight. I'm sure many of you have noticed, at least the artists have noticed. I kind of make up for my lack of skill in line weight by trying to add much darker shadows now. And of course rendering. Not that rendering fixes everything, but you know, it does add the needed contrast. Alright. Hey, he's probably fine like that. Alright guys, so confirmed everything's fine as of now. Everyone can still see the stream, right? Oh, you know, I never drew the table. Ah, man. I thought all I had to do was rendering. I have to draw stuff? This is not the easy stream I thought it was gonna be. Holy plot twist. Let's see. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, I guess I should draw the table first. Should I put that in a different, yes. The answer is yes, I should put that in a different folder. Just in case I want to move it later. It'll be easier to move it. Oh, this pod is a little bit awkward looking. Let's use a good old circle tool. Come on, man. Come on. Why you gotta do me like that? Just to make sure it's all like relatively the same angle, I do that. It's kind of nice, right? It's not like the shape of the table that I wanted, but it does kind of look aesthetic. Alright. Go. Which margin is the one that gets cut off? Oh man. Boy, does that like lead me to so many different stories I could tell you. So, don't worry about it, is the summarized version. I've got another template that I'll just put on top of this one. But what I have marked on this is just the like shy area and then like up to the fold. Ugh. Look at that. Isn't that such a nice table? Don't you just want to put your apple cider on that table? This kind of looks a little wonky, actually. Yeah, you know, this just isn't coming up high enough. That's the thing. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit closer to what I had intended. It's a nice table. I guess I could put some sort of decoration on it. Let's try to keep it simple, though. Do something like that. I don't want it to look too fancy of a table, you know? There's no need for extra fancy tables. Alright, let's do this very nice pot. Very nice pot that I found online. What the fuck is this line? What was I trying to show with this ear squiggle? It's like, you know, it's like reading your own handwriting, and because your handwriting is messy, you can't read your own handwriting. I'm having that moment, but with my sketches. Oh man, past Dannphan was just like, yeah, I'll understand this. Why wouldn't I, right? Yeah. Let's start with the other parts of the pot. It's a nice pot. I wish I had a pot this nice. Okay. Part of me was wondering, like, should I use symmetry tool, but it's a little bit, like, off, so let's not worry about it. If there's random dents in it, I can just say, well, his pot has dents in it. Story reasons. That's not correct. Okay. I should stop rendering until I actually have the whole thing drawn. Being a bad. Okay. This, I know what this is supposed to be. Therefore I can draw it. other one throwing me off. Anyway, yeah. So, new thrift store DVD reviews coming your way. That looks super wrong. This is based on just like the sketch, and the sketch itself could just be wrong, of course. I could just like have fucked it up. But this feels like it just should be bigger. But I don't know, maybe it's just at a weird angle. That looks better. Yeah, this just looks better, even if it's wrong. So, fuck it. Sorry, I'm super zoomed in. Gotta kick that habit away, because it's not super great to always be zoomed into your drawings. Like I'm doing right now. Yes. Okay. This is supposed to dip down, I believe, so that's good. I could use the symmetry tool on this part anyways. It's usually pretty solid. Where's the symmetry? Click, clicky, click, there it is. That's just something like simple. I don't think anyone cares. Oh, it's cheating if you use the symmetry tool. Yeah, do you really care that much? I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. No. Oh, okay, I think I know what this is supposed to be now. There's like another part here that like attaches there. Is it like a screw or something? I don't know. I think it's supposed to actually go like that. Kinda guessing. I should look, I know what you're thinking, I should look back at the reference. Maybe I will later. How about that? Could I right now? Yes. But am I gonna? There we go. You know, it looks fine for now. And there we have it. We have pot. Oh, I forgot the cup. There's a cup and steam. I can also do steam. My steam is very simple. I want to know, or I want to learn how to do better fire at some point. Because I'd like to start doing fire in like straight black and white instead of using tones as like a crutch. And it's kind of difficult. Last time I did successfully do, of course, fire in black and white, but it really messed up my hand. I don't know, like something I was doing inefficiently that I don't quite understand, you know? So I'd like to see how other people accomplish the same thing. And learn. Like shit. Alright, well, nobody's gonna be looking at the cup. Don't look. Everyone, turn your heads. Don't look at the cup. I forbid it. Is stream okay? You guys will tell me, right? You'll tell me if it's not okay. If StreamYard starts acting bad. You better tell me. The last thing I want is just to be like talking to a blank screen or nobody being able to hear me in the first place. It's just the worst feeling ever. Just trying to figure out the best way to do any kind of metallic effect on this. Probably not this way. Although I guess it could look worse. I have a very simplistic understanding of art. But someday, I'm gonna be, like, extra knowledgeable. Eh? And then you'll be like, Dannphan. I might be a little tired. Alright, that's a nice pot. I guess. You know what's bothering me about it? It's this curve. It's bothering me. It should be like somewhat consistent, you know? Something like that, maybe? But then you lose a lot of the curve on that part. Okay, I think that bothers me less. So leave it there for now. Sometimes you just gotta leave it. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. her, Johnny, leave her. It's a sea shanty. For those of you who are not cultured enough. For the wind is strong and the sails won't blow when it's time for us to leave her. It's true about art as well, you know, sometimes you just gotta leave it. Go back to it later when you're feeling more talented. I feel like people can go insane from just looking at the same art piece over and over again, trying to figure out how do I fix it. Sometimes how do you fix it is just as simple as, well, just like put it down for a little bit and then look at it later. And then once you like look at it with fresh eyes, for whatever reason, I don't really understand the psychology behind it, but like everything kind of becomes a little bit clearer afterwards. Now you have sea shanties stuck in my brain. You see what you do, Chad? Blaming you. Alright, well I like this table. I think it's a nice table. I give that 5 tables out of 10. Should I do a wood effect on it? It would be polished, right? It probably wouldn't have like a really definitive effect on it. I guess I could do something a little bit subtle. Something like that. Same thing here. Oh my goodness. Sorry my laptop is chugging. I guess it's gotta be like carbonite or something, right? Not every time I stream does it chug like that. This table is looking a lot more rustic. Maybe I should have left it, Johnny. Yeah. I can leave like the top like that maybe. And I think I'd like to just do a little bit of shadow like that. You thought I was a good artist, but it turns out I'm only good at scribbling. It's my favorite thing to do as a child, and now it finally has its purpose. All those years of scribbling are finally paying off. There we go. Get this little chateau. A chateau. that's something. I didn't say I made perfect art. Alright. Let's call that a pot. And now we gotta add the white so that it doesn't, well, actually, put Ichabod in frame here. There we go. We have pot. It looks quite oh, you know what? I forgot about the steam. I totally forgot about the steam. Not that the steam is like super mega important, but like, come on, gotta have the steam. Do you like it when steam like swirls? Or do you prefer something a little bit more like fiery? There's a couple different ways to like go about smoke and steam and things. It's just my point. I don't want it to be super dark though. That is one thing that I'm not aiming for. Ooh, that's right. It's thicker. These lines up here, but something. You know what? I keep on forgetting to like. I wanted to do some like poll post for how people like their word balloons. Actually, comic posting. I know, right? But it's like kind of an interesting topic because I see a lot of people, especially now, using like the Clip Studio word balloon maker, and it's different like opinions floating around with how people feel about that, whether or not it looks good or it looks janky. Artists should be making their own word balloons, etc., etc., you know? So I kind of was curious how everybody else felt about it. If you prefer manual, drawn word balloons, as opposed to the Clip Studio word balloon tool. I think most of my comics I did manual word balloons, but I know for a fact that Sonic City Witch was the Clip Studio. That was the Clip Studio one, if you have any frame of reference there. I think Oh Girl was also Clip Studio. But for the most part, I've done drawn word balloons. I've even, on occasion, done the drawn sound effects. I'm not very good. I'm not very creative with my sound effects, but I have, on occasion, done them if I felt like I could do something for it that would fit better than whatever text I had. Either is fine. I feel like it should undertake towards its own art style. Okay. I know most manga, they still hand draw a lot of their word balloons. Not that they always do it, but you know, most of the time they're drawing it themselves. Chin looks a little breaky, doesn't it? Recently, for like working, I started up my own anime playlist. I mean like music, anime opening. I should have been a little bit more specific. Just watching an entire playlist of anime episodes. My god. Not going that far, but although maybe I should. It's not a bad idea. Because like YouTube making playlists for you is like fine sometimes, but sometimes they're just like putting in fucking shitters in my epic playlists, you know? Like sometimes it's actually songs that I've watched before and have enjoyed, but then occasionally they'll just straight up put a song in the playlist that I've watched before and disliked. And it's like, the gall. They're like, oh yeah? You dislike this? Well, listen to it again and change your mind. Fucking YouTube. They just keep on making all of their functionality worse over time. They really do, though. I know, I bitch about it a lot, but, like, really, they do make a lot of things just worse. Ugh. But anyway, so I started making my own anime playlist instead. And I've created quite a compilation of pure peak. I will brag. I'd like to keep on adding to it, of course. I want it to last for a long time as I'm working, so I can listen to those sick anime beats. So, if you have any song suggestions that maybe I've left out, if you think it's possible for me to leave out peak music, let me know. Let me know. Maybe at some point I'll share the playlist with the world and we can all enjoy peak together. You know? Of course, you know, it's tailored around my tastes, but, you know. There's some, like, anime songs that other people are like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever, and then I listen to it and I'm like, bro, this sucks. Get your ears checked. Cringe. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. Don't get pre-offended. What am I trying to communicate here with these wrinkles? What did I think was happening over here? I think it's just one of those things where I was putting down lines because I'm trying to feel out the shape and not actually because I know what the shape is. Very guilty of that. It's like 90% of my lines. It's just like me trying to be like, maybe it curves like this. It's really more like creating a grid of a sort to the character than anything else. This color is all wrong, and it's going to bother me if I don't fix it, so I guess I gotta fix it. Oops. Oh, I went all the way down to the bottom. Okay. It was just like off to the side too much is the thing. I drew on the wrong layer, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Who cares? Take a walk on the wild side, babe. Alright. Just gonna lighten up some of this. Not too shabby. In my head, like, the light source is coming sort of like down at somewhat of an angle. So this back should probably be darker. You know, I never actually finished this bed. That's the issue with, like, stopping something and then coming back to it later. You start to realize, oh wait, I didn't really finish the things that I should have finished, did I? The bed doesn't have anything holding it up, it's just floating. Should probably fix that. Did I draw anything? Yeah, I just drew some vague lines. Nothing that would really help me out with bed shape. I guess it's just like... Yeah, you know, that's fine. Ugh, my lines are shaky though. Nobody look at this part of the bed. And then it'll look good. Because you won't be looking at it. Eh? They're going two different directions. I know. Just don't look at it. It's fine. Think about the rabbits, George. Okay. Did I? No! I did the white and the black on the same layer. I don't like doing that. But I'm gonna commit to the bit. We gotta get this done. So, fuck it, we ball, you know? Astral Chain Task Force Neuron is such a great background play. We'll look into it. Okay. OP for Wolf's Rain is nice. I don't remember it, but I remember watching a little bit of Wolf's Rain when I was a young teen. You know, that's a very teen show to watch for sure. It's angst and whatnot. I didn't finish it though, so maybe it's not as angsty as I remember. If I didn't finish it, I don't know. Maybe at some point I should look back to it. You know what the problem is? When I found Wolf's Rain, I was like, man, I love werewolves. I want to like watch some fucking werewolf anime. Yeah! Right? I was real excited, and then like, you know, I Google... Back when Googling actually worked, I Google werewolf anime, and then Wolf's Rain comes out, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But then they don't kill anybody. They're just like standing around, and they turn into like normal wolves, and that's fine. I don't really mind the normal wolf thing, but like. It just wasn't what I was looking for, is the real problem. And I come to realize over time that there really is no werewolf anime. It just doesn't really exist. It's fake. If someone's like, hey, I know this really cool werewolf anime, they're lying. There's no werewolf anime. There's no Queen of England. It's all a lie. That's why we gotta make our own werewolf anime. Which is what we're gonna do with Reaper Book 2. Back it today. Funny because most people would be like, oh well, I thought girls would like Wolf's Rain more because there's no like brutal werewolves killing people and eating people alive type stuff. But like, I mean, yes, there are like hot boys in Wolf's Rain. Yeah, okay, I get it. I do. It's not like I don't get it. But like, to make true girl thirst, you need both. You need the violence and the hot boys. And then you got peak. You know? You know. You watched Night Hunters growing up, you know what I mean. Calling you out. As much as like girls get stereotyped for not being interested in like action or horror, I have noticed like they're interested in it, but with an asterisk, you know? They just want like a little something more to flavor the horror with. For example, like a romance, or a comedy, or hot boys, you know? But from my experience, I don't think that girls are actually necessarily repulsed by horror. I know a lot of girls who, like, get into that stuff despite there not being a whole lot of good stuff to pick from, especially for ladies. But basically, I'm just calling out Coraline fans. Ugh, man. This was supposed to be a blanket at one point, wasn't it? I can still make it a blanket. This is still a possibility. But it looks a little bit you know? Back to a new project? Well, this is the old project. This is the current project that is crowdfunding right now. Yeah, now that looks better white. What was I thinking? Fool. Blanket question mark? This right here. This right here. This is supposed to be a blanket over, because this is the mattress, right? But then it just, like, melds into the mattress instead of actually, like, being a blanket, you know? Going down like that. So, did you see the cool cross-hatching brush for Chris Studio? Did they make more? They've always had cross-hatching brushes. Or like, they have a bunch of cross-hatching brushes. And then they also have, like, more that you can download from their assets section. There's a bunch that I've downloaded that are, like, super cool. This one's a make curve one, but, like... yeah, that's another make curve one. I am a fool. There, this one's a brush. Well, that one's not what I'm going for, but... that's another make curve one. I hate those. Because they always confuse me and think that it's a brush. This one's a brush. Yeah! This one looks cool. I like this one a lot. Edgy! Give me a well-choreographed action and an interesting plotline, and I will watch that. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's a lot of popular wolf characters over the years, and nobody has a good anime that involves them. Wolf Children is kinda close, even if it's a movie. No, I watched Wolf Children. And I still say that there's no good werewolf anime out there. But, you know, taste is a factor as well. There's a lot of, there's no, like, classic werewolf stuff, really, I guess, is part of the thing. You know, maybe I'll show part of, like, the corner of the mattress here. Just have it, like, whooshing. Not like that, though. Or like that. Change of plan. Yeah, essentially, like, anime can go like one of two routes. It can be more accurate to the source material that it's like being inspired from, because, I don't know, they like it more, or it can just never be accurate to the source material it's inspired from, ever, because they always have to, like, subvert it somehow, make it more interesting in, you know, in their perspective anyways. I find werewolves very interesting, but maybe not everybody feels that way. So instead they're like, oh, but I like having sex with animals instead, so I'm gonna make a movie about that. Yeah. I'm mostly just being, like, tongue-in-cheek. I'm not actually, like, that mad about it. It just is what it is. You know, doesn't have to make what I want, because I can make what I want, and that's kind of the point of doing your own thing. If you don't see what you want out there, then you yourself can make it. You know, I'm not really feeling this blanket right now. Let me try something else. You know, another reason why it's kind of difficult to find werewolf stuff, like classic werewolf stuff? Furries. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Furries do make it difficult to find, because then it's all just like, you gotta make it sexual instead, and that's not really what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like an actual curse, not... But, you know... Furry's gonna fur. What am I even trying to do here? Close enough. We're not spending an eternity on these damn blanket wrinkles. Blanket wrinkles that nobody's gonna look at. They just exist for a brief glimpse in this panel and then never again. I was posting on X last week. Looks very much how you draw your lines. Interesting. I guess I could check it out. I follow Clip Studio on X, but you know, they post very often, so like their posts get buried sometimes, because that's how X does things for some reason. It's very unfortunate how the search results on X have been compromised. There used to be a point in time where, like, I could, if I wanted to find somebody I follow's post, I could just, like, search it on the search section, and then I would find it. What am I doing? This cup isn't on this layer. I'm a fool. I have to fix that on a different layer. So stupid. But yeah, now I can't actually find anything when I search for it on X. Because I guess they were inspired with how YouTube does search results. Algorithm, or well, not even just algorithm. Because now they're prioritizing also the blue, the Twitter blue people. Additionally. But honestly, I think algorithm just rules all. I don't even think I was getting that many suggestions from Twitter blue people when I was searching for things. But no, you can search for a tweet word for word and still have it not show up in the search results. I did a little bit of test how it is now. They just ruined their search function. I don't know why. They just chose to be bad. Very not a fan. Ah, yeah, that's right. I almost forgot that I drew everything in the same layer, like a dum-dum. Everything working so far, guys? You'll let me know if the screen freezes or if you can't hear me anymore, right? Better. In all seriousness, though, I don't think I'll stream for very long. Not that streaming isn't fun or anything, but I've never really been a huge fan of the super long streams in general. And I'm not really feeling it tonight either, so, you know, we'll make it kind of brief, just finish up this panel. Figure out what to do next time. If I'm gonna do a page or what, not really quite sure. Let's not get too fancy with these wrinkles. guess that kind of looks fine, but you know, I feel like too much attention is going to this bed now, with all these goddamn wrinkles. What are we gonna do? Could also, of course, add a tone to the bed. Separate it from Ichabod's body. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just add more rendering to him. And maybe that'll help him pop out a little bit more. It's a thought. Dannphan, you can't just fix all your problems by rendering. Watch me. So, I'm probably gonna keep in secret what anime DVDs I got until the video actually comes out. Especially just in case you guys know some of the anime, it'll be like kind of exciting if you get to find out. You know, it's like a raffle. It's like, oh, did she pick up a DVD of something I'm nostalgic for? And then bam! I did, right? But feel free to tell me how your anime season has been. What's been going on? You guys watching anything good? Any recommendations for me? Do you know what I like? Or should I explain first? There's this one isekai that I'm like vaguely interested in. And I know that's very rare. So I felt the need to point it out. It's an isekai with the Red Ranger going off into another world. I fear that it's just gonna be your same old of what to expect with every isekai. Oh, it's a harem, and there are these furry slaves, and we gotta free the furry slaves. It's very important to have an anti-slavery message in our isekai. Please, buy the figurine. But I don't know, maybe they'll do something actually fun with it. I kind of like isekais where there's this huge difference in power, like when they're both coming from different types of universes. For example, one coming from sci-fi and one coming from fantasy. I feel like you have more opportunity to have interest dynamics come. It makes more sense when like the main character is super powerful if they come from like a sci-fi world, and then they a medieval world, and then they have all this technology. Like, that's kind of cool. I dig it, you know? Unfortunately, I haven't seen that concept done well in other places. Oh god, there was this one anime. I forget what it was called already. It's an isekai, and it basically takes that exact concept that I just described. What it is like kind of a dude who's a Starship Troopers kind of guy, he gets teleported, or he gets isekai'd to a water world kind of universe. And I'm watching that and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. That's interesting. That's different. Sick, right? I'm into it. Little did I know. And they have, like, you know, hints at maybe a harem happening, and I'm like, okay, well, it's whatever. That's fine. What killed me, what absolutely buried me into the ground with that anime, is that they have this really bad take. Where he saves their lives from these bandits who are going to rape all the women on the ship, and then they yell at him for it. And they're like, how dare you save us with your superior technology? And I was just baffled. I was so mad. I couldn't watch anymore. It was a really good anime up until that point, honestly. But like, what kind of psychos would yell at somebody who saved them from being raped? I don't get it. I don't know what they were going for. They're like, oh, well, it's bad to kill people. Now they're gonna, like, you know, come back. It was, well, because there's, like, more of them out there. They're gonna come back and they're gonna be extra angry because you killed people of them. Well, how about I just, like, kill even more of them? I mean, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like they can stop me. Just keep on killing them until there's no more left, and we will solve this issue very quickly. Yeah, that was a really bad take. Didn't watch more of the anime after that. I'm not a fan with how this bed is getting rendered. Gotta say. Not a fan. Not feeling it. Where do I go from here? That is the question. I just had to draw everything on the wrong layer. I just had to do that. Gotta say, even if the women weren't being raped and they were just gonna get stolen from, I still would have been like, fuck you, don't yell at him, he saved your lives. You know, it's just rude. Like, oh, save us, please, with your superior technology. And then once they're like, no, Matt. That's a bad way to save us. Save us better next time. Infuriating. I could not care about this. Like, they try to walk it back later, but, like, it was too late. I could not care about those characters after that. I was like, you know what? You deserve everything that happens to you if you're this stupid. And then, like, more pirates do eventually show up, and then they're like, this is your fault for, like, killing those other pirates. They're only mad at us because of you. Hang on, last time I checked, they were robbing you before he even showed up? Bitch. Fuck you. This is all because of you. Fuck up. God. Maybe I should do a video on that anime. I considered it at one point. I was like, maybe people like this anime and don't want to see me trash on it. But, like, man, that made me so mad. Alright. Figure out this bed another time. Let's render the rest of the floor and, door. What are we thinking with a door? Something like that? Maybe... no, stop. Okay. Something like this for the door. That's like kind of interesting. Get a little gradient. This should just be like an open archway. I'm saying door, but it's not really a door. I guess I didn't add any. I only added the okay. What, can I click, please? There we go. Just help me. Now, what is that dot? That's another good question. All right. Right. So just this floor. And I think we can call this a panel. Oh, this isn't. Yeah, okay. Gosh. It's funny that it only like shows up like that once I start zooming out. It's like zoomed in, it'll look fine, and then you zoom out and you're like, oh, random black spots. Yeah, okay. Floor time. What show was this? I don't remember the name. I could probably figure it out if I just looked it up. But, you know. It was an anime, and it was really good up until that point. Because, like, once they made the characters so unreasonable, I couldn't empathize with them anymore. They just made me too mad. Like, who gets upset over being saved from being raped? It just doesn't make any sense. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous writing. How can I ever take anything in the show seriously after that? Gonna need more white on Ichabod on his bed here. I've had like similar experiences where people are just like, oh my god, this anime is the best thing in the world. And they forget like the content that's actually in it. They only remember the cool stuff. And then I watch it and I'm like, oh my god. What the hell is this? Something that I would recommend to everyone, honestly. If someone is doing a bad review over an anime you're nostalgic for, take the time to rewatch it. Just to make sure that it holds up how you remember it. Instead of just defending based on nostalgia alone. Just to be extra sure, you know? Just... Man. I don't know why I thought I could do the wood panels at this angle. I must be stupid. I should have tilted this a while ago. I don't even really want to do that much rendering to the floor, honestly, because it's kind of better if it's not drawing that much attention. If anything, just take away more black. Ooh, more blacks. Alright. almost done. Then we can probably just call it quits here, for now anyways. I mean, I can show you, like, other pages, but, like, I'm kind of just fine with finishing this up for now. Sort of less stressful anyway to just... Oh, oops, that's not me. Less stressful to draw off stream. Unfortunate reality, I'm afraid, guys. Okay, so something is making this white. Is something in here. Oh, must be that. Yeah, there it is. Okay. There. This is something. There we go. We have a scene with the sad boy. Yeah, I think this bed is being a pain in my ass. That's what it is. Let's see what we can do. If I just maybe something like that. Not so much as getting in the way of everything else. I like using line. I'm sure some of you might have already figured this out by now, but yes, I do like using line. It's nice. It looks nice. What is this? Okay. That should be black, shouldn't it? Ugh. Talking to myself. It's better than, I guess, not talking on stream, because then you would not know if I was even there anymore. Here we go. So that's a little better. I guess hiding the bed so that it's not distracting as much. Obviously we can change how light or dark this is. That's why I like the sliders. We have a panel that is basically complete. Yeah, basically. Could also add like some sort of gradient to the ground, or I don't want to do a vignette. That would probably look bad, but we got it. And look at that. I think, yeah, 1 hour for, oh my god, really? That long for this one panel? Not, it was halfway finished. Why did it take that long? What is wrong with me? Okay, well, whatever. I don't know why it took that long. Maybe part of it is just, you know, I'm chatting, I'm relaxed, I dare have a good time. That's my first mistake. You're not supposed to have fun while doing art. That's bad. You're supposed to get it done. You're not here to make friends. You're here to make peak. You know? But I'm impressed. StreamYard behaved. It actually behaved for once. Yeah, we did not have any issues as far as I know. Maybe you guys just didn't report any issues. I hope that you would have reported some issues if there were any. If you if something went wrong, I would hope that you would have said something. But I believe everything went a-okay. I think we did okay here. Okay, for this panel above, you'll notice that it's blank. That's intentional. I swear, I'm not making that up. I think what I'm just gonna do is actually just have a gradient there. Or like some sort of effect or something, or... maybe make it like super big tones. Yeah, well, maybe the opposite direction, actually. What do you think? Line? Always line. Trick question. You always want to use line, guys. Best tone ever? Yes. If you're not using line, I don't know what you're even doing with your life. Okay, it might look bad with line. Yeah, it might be a little bit too much. This is a little bit too much like Doom type of do ellipse. Ellipse. Lips that are shaped like E's. That's what that means. Whoa, that looks fucking weird. Asterisk? Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I think it's just because I moved... well, I moved it up. Still some mysteries to solve in life. Could do gowas. Eh? Texture effect. Eh? That looks really weird. I don't think it should look like that. I don't actually know what's... that looks better. It's just when I draw on that layer, it's all messed up. It doesn't matter. That's kind of fine. Since I'm going for something like super simple in that panel anyway. It's just gonna be text. 'Cause I'm a lazy, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna be ending stream soon, guys, but we did great. We actually managed to do a page successfully and not have StreamYard do something stupid. Thank God. Does this mean that StreamYard is going to behave from now on? Is this the StreamYard redemption arc? No more weird things happening during my streams? We can only hope. Ah yes, Angels of Resonance happening. Always use the lens. Very true. It's true. All you have to do is threaten it to behave? I guess so. All I had to do was threaten to use OBS, and StreamYard started working again. Alright guys, so conclusion. I gotta... Oh, I should do my readout, yeah. I don't know if I'll do a drawing stream next week. Maybe, but no promises. I want to finish chapter 1 and have that up on the fan club, otherwise known as Subscribe Star, which is also in the description if you want to subscribe to the Subscribe Star. I want to be posting Reaper chapters as they're being completed. Obviously, these will be without the final edits, so there may be typos or dialogue that's changed later on. But the fun part is that you get to read it early. So, check out Subscribe Star if you want to check out that. And other than that, you can go on to the Kickstarter, back Reaper the Beasts and Men. So far we got 58 backers, and across both Kickstarter and Fund My Comic, if you'd rather donate on there, we've raised over 3K. Not too shabby, huh? But we still have plenty of days to keep on funding. Got a whole other month basically on Kickstarter, keep on funding. So let's keep the ball rolling and see if we can get to some of our stretch goals. Heyo, first stretch goal, 5K. I think we could make it to 5K. I think it's very, very possible. It probably wouldn't be that difficult. Just gotta keep on spreading the word and recommending the comic to people who haven't read it, you know? And keep on reminding people who read the first book that the second book is, in fact, out. I gotta send out more emails. I haven't been doing a good job with my mailing lists. But yeah, the more money we raise, the more free stuff backers get. Just to show my appreciation. First goal, 5K, free stickers. Free stickers. Eh? Yeah, that's right. I know some people really like stickers. Some people will like roll their eyes like, what the fuck am I gonna do with a sticker? Dannphan, that sucks. But no, some people go crazy over stickers. I guess they like to decorate binders and backpacks and things with them. I don't know. I don't really use stickers, but the stickers that I have used, I've used on my notebooks to decorate them a little bit. So there's that. 5K free stickers, 8K free posters. I'm kind of more excited about that one because then I get to commission more art. Hell yeah, man. That's my favorite part about doing these campaigns. It's like, oh, I get to have other artists draw my thing. Nice. And then 10K raised free keychains. Keychains are fun. I would have to design another keychain. Maybe I'll also commission another artist for keychain? I mean, we already got 2K stretch goal, so we're gonna get more pages. So I'm gonna have a lot to draw, is essentially my point. So maybe other artists taking on some of the work is a good idea. But yes, check the description. Check out the Kickstarter and the Fun My comic. If you haven't already, help us get to the next goal, and you will get rewarded in return. Your browser has lost connection to your screen share audio. Try sharing your screen again. Restart your browser if this continues to be a problem. Well, there you have it. Just when I said StreamYard wasn't doing anything weird, they did something weird in the last minute. Alright. It doesn't matter. We're ending the stream anyways. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think it's referring to the other tabs that I had opened. Yeah, who knows. StreamYard, you're being weird. Stop being weird. Although it did behave more than usual tonight. We didn't have it cut out my screen or mute my audio randomly. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out on a fantastic Drawing with Dannphan Tuesday. I guess yeah. I'll see you Friday coming up, and I'll hopefully have more anime reviews, thrift store anime reviews out soon. See you next time, guys. Bye!